everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a video all about my university experience from first year, second semester. Now, if you haven't seen my first year, first semester video, I will leave it linked down below and at the end of this video if you want to check it out. And if you haven't seen that video, you won't really know what these are about. So basically, I decided that I would make these videos as a kind of run through of what I've been up to for the last few months. Just kind of explain what courses I've been doing, what's been involved in each of them, just in case you are either one, planning on applying to Aberdeen Uni and want to know what courses to pick, or two, just a little bit nosy and want to know what I've been doing for the last few months of my life. So after that quick description, if you are still a bit confused, check out the first video. I ramble on a bit more about it in the first one. But to save boring those of you who have seen that first video, let's get into what I've been up to in second semester. So the kind of overall foundations of second semester are the same as first semester. I have had to do 2 primary education kind of sub-courses and then choose another 2 electives to make up my 60 credits. The 2 primary education courses that I have done this semester are Learning How Others Learn and What Makes Us Human 1B. Now these 2 are very similar to the first semester courses. In first semester we had Learning How to Learn and now it's Learning How Others Learn. And then obviously What Makes Us Human 1A, and now we're doing What Makes Us Human 1B. And as for my other 2 electives, this semester I chose to do Introductory Psychology and a philosophy course called How Should One Live. And getting into the nitty gritty now, let's start with my first primary education course, which was Learning How Others Learn. I've got a little kind of note sheet here just so I don't forget anything, so if I keep looking down, that's why. So you may remember in my last video I said that Learning How to Learn was a lot more kind of practical than What Makes Us Human, and it was definitely the same this semester. Learning How Others Learn was definitely a really practical course and you could definitely see what you're learning being kind of flipped into a classroom setting. I didn't really explain that very well, but oh well. So some of the things that we covered in this course were observation and learning conversations, transitions, social conventions, learning environments, things like that. Just kind of everything that makes the classroom experience what it is. And another amazing part of this course is that this semester we actually got the chance to interact with pupils through live links, which were very cool. It was kind of just like Skyping into classrooms and stuff. We got the chance to watch lessons and ask everyone questions. It was really, really fun. And then occasionally we also got pupil visits, where a classroom would come in from a local primary school for a few hours and we'd just sit, chat to them, do different activities and kind of learn about their learning experience. And I would definitely say that was a great experience. It definitely bridged the gap and it just eases your nerves for going into second year when you're actually going to be going on placement every week. And as for assessments for the Learning How Others Learn course, last semester it was all essay based. It was 100% on your essay. This semester it was a little bit different. Our final grade was made up of an essay which we had to submit at the end of the course. It was only 1,000 words, which was really, really difficult trying to fit as much information into 1,000 words. And as well as the essay, there was a portfolio where we basically had a little online portfolio and every week we had to upload to it and just kind of keep track of what we'd been learning and things like that. And then finally there was a group poster as well. And all of those 3 grades were added together to give the final grade, and for my final grade I got a B3, which I am super happy with. Then on to the What Makes Us Human course. This course was a lot more philosophy based this semester. In this course we looked into issues such as free will and determinism, human agency, and then that then brought us on to thinking about the criminal justice system and autism and how all of these things can come from how free you are kind of expected to be. So it was really interesting, but it was very heavy compared to last semester. There was a lot more reading to do for this course, and it did overlap quite a bit with my philosophy course, which was good for me because it gave me a little bit of extra knowledge. There was things that were coming up that I'd learned one place and could use in the other course. And assessment for that was 100% essay based as it was last semester. It was a 2,000 word essay, which again, you really struggle to fit all the information you want to say into such a short word count. but I managed to do it, and for my What Makes Us Human course I got a B2, which again I've improved from last semester. I am super happy. Woo! Now on to my electives. The first elective that I chose was Introductory Psychology. I did higher psychology in 6th year at school and I really loved it. Psychology just really kind of interests me. I don't know, I like learning about how different people perceive different things and how it makes us who we are. So yeah, I chose the psychology course and it was made up of 3 kind of subsections. The first one was Sensation and Perception, which is quite self-explanatory really. It's just about how we take in inputs from the outside world and kind of make sense of them in our brains. The second little subsection was Social Psychology. Now this was by far my favourite bit. I just love social psychology. It was looking at how we interact as a group, how we perceive ourselves and how we perceive others. Definitely up my street. That's a bit of psychology that I love, so that was always going to be my favourite part. And the third section was Evolution and Emotion, which is again quite self-explanatory. Evolution obviously looking at how our psychology has evolved, and emotion just looking at how emotions actually come to us and how we make sense of them in our heads. So overall I would say I really loved the psychology course. It really kind of made me think, and I would say it was probably the course that had the most to revise. It was really information heavy, but it was information I really enjoyed to learn, so that wasn't a problem for me. And assessment wise, psychology is done a little bit differently. So it does have its end of year final exam, which was a 100 question multiple choice exam, and then it was also made up of your participation and kind of understanding that you showed of the course through 3 different debates. Hello phone. So basically throughout the semester we had debates and we were put into groups. We had to create arguments on a specific issue that we were given. We then had to write up a kind of article about it and all chip in and put in our opinions on the debates. We were then given either the for side or the against side to build up our arguments, and then on a Friday afternoon we would come together and debate our topics for about half an hour, and then you were graded on your participation during that debate. So the debates were great. I had a really nice group and that definitely helped us get great marks in our debates. And then overall, combining the debate scores and the exam scores, I got a B1 in psychology, which I am super happy with. I really enjoyed the course and I might do psychology again next year. We shall see. And my last course, How Should One Live? This was the one that I was really excited about. It sounded really good in the descriptions. There was a lot of philosophical questions that I thought we were going to answer and debate in our lectures and tutorials, but it was a bit different when we actually got into it. Instead of looking at these interesting controversial questions, it was a lot more theories. Like every lecture that we went to, it was a different theory that we learned of. So it was like divine command theory, natural law theory, consequentialism, things like that. It was an alright course, it just wasn't what I was expecting. And as for the what's it called? Assessment, that's the word. It was assessed 50-50 by a 1,500 word essay, which was done kind of halfway through the course. And then at the end of the course we had a take-home exam, which was basically set out like an exam paper, but we got to take it home for 2 weeks to have time to like think about our answers and stuff. There was a page of about 5 questions, I want to say, and you had to choose 2 and then give answers to each. It was basically 2 500 word mini essay type things to answer these 2 questions, and then that came together with your essay to give your final grade. And for philosophy I got a B2, so I am super happy with that as well. I feel like my grades this semester have really evened out, and now that I've got my grades all to like the same kind of level, I can work on bumping them up. So yeah, that is a little overview of my second semester at uni. As always, if you have any questions about anything in particular, let me know down below. I would love to answer them. I think I have spoken way too much in this video already, so I'm going to go now. I can't wait to do year 2 semester 1. I can't believe I'm going into second year of university already. It has gone so quickly, but I'm going to stop talking now because I literally just can't stop myself talking. What is going on? If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, click the button down below, and yeah, if you do subscribe, I will see you again next Sunday with a new video. Bye! Mwah!